Hey guys, it's Yvette and I have my very first clues for the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilts. Are You Game? Now Are You Game is our brand spanking new puzzle mystery quilts that have that just mailed out at the end of July, like as in the very last day of July. I'm a little bit behind on getting my stuff done, but that's okay. I am going to show you guys how to put together the clues, like I said, for number one, and these are the large clues. I am putting together 2 large quilts and 1 small quilt. So there will be another video a little bit later with just a sew along on putting together clue number 1 for the small quilts. Now for the large quilts, I am doing Team Skipbo and Team Cranium. So I'm going to be putting these together at the same time with you guys, so you'll be able to see both of these colorways coming together each month as we get our clues. So if you're not familiar, what this program is Cotton Cuts will actually cut out all the fabric for you. So all of this fabric, the way you see it now, came from Cotton Cuts in exactly this way. The only thing that I have done is I pre-starch my fabric before I start sewing. I simply use a very light spritz of Best Press and give it a quick press, and I just find that it's easier to work with fabric when you do that. So that's just a personal preference. But as far as all the cutting goes, they send it to me just like you see it here. And you also will get a sheet that will come each month that will show you what your finished pieces will look like, and also how many of each piece you should receive in the pack. I've already double checked all of this. I have all my pieces. I'm ready to go. Unless, of course, I, have done something incorrectly and lost my mind, which, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it really wouldn't. But since I have everything ready to go, oh, and you also get these little cheat sheets with your fabrics on it, because what will happen is you will get your sheets and they will tell you how many of each letter. But since there are so many different colorways, you really need this so that you know when it says fabric A that they're talking about this fabric, and when they're talking about B they're talking about this fabric. So these sheets you only get in your first clue, so be sure you do not lose those. Okay, that's a helpful hint just for you. And all right, so let's get going. I'm just gonna, for right now, put these kind of to the side so that I can look at them, like glance over and know what I'm supposed to be pulling, but they're kind of out of my way from sewing. Okay, so here we go. We are going to start with, oops, I had it right in the first place. We're gonna do section 1A first. Okay, so we are going to be taking triangles E and F. So I'm looking over at my fabric. I'm going to need E, oops, I left one. The E triangles and the F triangles. And we will need 2 of each. So I'm going to have, there's 2 of those. And 2 of these, so I'll set those aside, and then I'll move these over for a little bit later. And here we are looking at 2 of these and these 2, and I will scooch these over. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take our E fabric and put it to the bottom left, like so. And we're going to take our F fabric and we're going to put it to the top right. Okay, so all we're going to do is we are going to sew these together, and the way we do that is we want to fold them down right sides together. And we are going to sew a 1/4 inch seam here, 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 and here. So let's head over to the sewing machine. Okay, so we have these squares ready, and now we are going to add a C square to the left side of each one. For Team Skipbo, we are going to be using this square here. And for Team Cranium, we are going to be using this square. So we're going to take them and turn them right sides together. And sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance here and here, and we'll do that for all 4. Okay, so we have these sections completed for now, and I just want to make a note that when we did our pressing, we pressed toward E here, and then when we added the side squares, we pressed toward those. These are letter C. So I'm going to set these aside for just a moment. And now we are going to pull out some A and B rectangles. So that's these guys, and yep, that's what I need. And then from Cranium, I need these guys. And let's see, it's A and B. So then what we're going to do to put these together is we are going to take an A and then a B, and an A and a B, and that's going to be one piece that we are making. We're going to make 2 of those. Okay, and then we will do the same with Team Cranium. We will have A and then B, A, B, and then the same thing on the second one. Okay, so the quickest way that I know to put these together is I'm going to fold these right sides together, just like this. And then we are going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance down all of these on this right side. After we come back, we are going to press to the right. So we'll press toward the B fabric when we come back. Then we'll have these 2 sections. When we come back with those, I'll show you how we're going to connect those together. Okay, so I have these sewn together, and now I'm ready to make these into one big row. So I'm going to flip these right sides together. And you'll notice that the seam allowances are going opposite directions. So you'll be able to nest those seams, and it'll look really nice. And what we're going to do, oops, I have it the wrong way, is we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance here, 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 and here. After we've done that, come on back and we will be finishing up step 4. Okay, so we have our, I don't even know what to call these. These are really cool rectangles with the ABAB. Okay, so we're going to take these guys and we're going to put them on top of the ones that we finished for number 2, just like this. Let me see, I'm gonna kind of put them sideways like that. All right, so we're gonna put that there, and then we're going to take our letter C, or our fabric C, and we're going to sew those to the top. Oh, duh. That's gonna go here. And this one goes here. Okay, so we are just going to do those one at a time. I will take this, flip it right sides together, and sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then when we come back, I will then take this piece, flip it over right sides together, and sew a 1/4 inch seam there. So when we come back, we will have our section 1A finished, and we will start with section 1B. Okay, so we have actually finished our section 1As. So I'm going to take these and I'm just going to put them aside for now as we move forward to our section 1B. And the first thing we're going to need is, okay, it looks like, oops, my little cheat sheet fell. Okay, so we're going to need fabric C and fabric E of triangles, and that's these guys. So I'm going to take those and these, and let's see. We're going to have the C fabric on the bottom left and the E fabric on the top right, and we're going to do that for both of these. And yep, that looks right. Okay, so we're going to make all 4 of them that are left. So what we'll do is we're going to take one of the triangles and we're going to turn it right sides together over the other side. We are going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam allowance here and here, and then we are going to press it towards C, which is the bottom fabric. Okay, so we're going to press it toward the bottom left fabric. When we come back, we will move on to number 2. Okay guys, so we have our half square triangles made up, and we're going to set those aside for just a moment while we sew together these rectangles. So we are going to want to take the F fabric, which is this one in this colorway, and put it on the top. And the F fabric in this colorway is the orange one, so we'll put that on the top. and we're going to just sew those together. So I will just flip them over, right sides together. And we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance here and here on all 4 of these. And you want to press toward the darker fabric. That's how it's specified in the pattern. You just want to press it toward the darker fabric. So as soon as I have those ready, we'll come back and we will do step number 3, which is our last step for clue number 1 in the Are You Game puzzle mystery quilt. Okay, so we have our 2 sets of rectangles that have been sewn together, and now we are going to finish these by placing our squares around them. So we are going to take one of these, and let's see, I want the C, which is the white fabric for me. All right, so I'm going to put that one there and that one there, and that's how we're going to put all of them. Well, there's only 2. And then for the other colorway, we are going to take 2 of these, and the C fabric is the light blue, so I'm going to put it like that and like that. Okay, so then what we're going to want to do is we're going to attach those to the sides. Now, you can always just chain piece them and run them through before doing any pressing. So you can just, I'm just going to pull up the whole pile. You can take these, turn them right sides together there, and then right sides together there, and we'll do the same thing on this one. And then you'll just sew your 1/4 inch seam allowance here, 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 and here. And we are going to, oh, you know what? I remember that they told us that they didn't tell us which way to press. And I do have a new sheet. Of course, I don't have it with me, so because I didn't realize what it was until it was too late. But I'll probably just press them like toward the outside. And so when I come back, we will have all of our pieces for the large clues finished. So I'll meet you back here as soon as those are done. Okay, so here are our pieces that are finished for section 1B. I think they look really cool. I really like them. And again, these are the ones that we have for 1A. I know I'm kind of putting them on top of each other, but I've got a little small space. Oh, actually, I think they're supposed to go like this. Yes, they're supposed to go like that. And so these are our section 1As. I'm going to make sure that I pack them away well with my little cheat sheets for the next time. And so from Team Cranium and Team Skipbo, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next month with clue number 2.